Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Amanda, and today I am coming at you with the last video of my back to school series for now though. When school starts back up, I'm going to be posting a bunch of videos about my experience as a senior at the University of Connecticut. I'm going to be letting you in on my studying tips and tricks, how I plan out my week, tailgate outfits, weeks in my lives, all that kind of fun stuff. So if you guys are interested in sticking along with me and watching me experience my last year of college, be sure to subscribe, click that button down below, and turn on the notification bell. I promise I'll try not to disappoint. But to wrap up this back to school series, I wanted to go ahead and do a Q&A for you guys to hopefully answer any questions that I didn't answer thus far in this series. So I already did a video on what's in my backpack, some back to school shopping, comfy cute outfits to wear to school, my super easy quick back to school makeup routine. So we're gonna go ahead and finish it off with all the questions that you guys have that I haven't answered yet. So I reached out to you guys on my Instagram at AMANDALOUISE. If you guys want to go ahead and follow me on there, I am constantly interacting with you guys. I send out a ton of polls all the time to see what you guys want to see from me, asking me questions, all that fun stuff. We are going to go ahead and get into the back to school questions. A few people asked me some questions about like my personal experience and stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and answer that beforehand. Like I said, I am going to be a senior at the University of Connecticut. I'm a psychology major, sociology minor, and I plan on furthering my education after I graduate and actually going for fashion merchandising. If you're new to watching me, I know that makes no sense. I don't really make sense, but those are kind of all my passions wrapped up into one, and I want to see what I can do with it. So I also was in a sorority, Delta Gamma, my freshman year. Long story short, my sorority was taken off campus. Confusing, long story. I have some videos talking about it if you guys really care to learn about it. But I am now an alumni member of Delta Gamma, so I'm going to try and touch on as much as I can about sorority life, but it's kind of hard for me because I didn't get the entire experience. So I feel like that's probably a good way to start it off. Actually, I should probably also touch on my housing situation. I lived on campus my freshman year. I lived in an apartment my sophomore year, and then junior year and upcoming senior year, I'm living at home. I might move into an apartment this year, but I'm not sure yet, so that's kind of how we're going. So just a little background on me if you're new here. Let's go. How do you stay focused, balance school and a social life, and study tips? So like I said, I'm going to be doing a whole video on study tips when the school year actually starts up, so I can like hands-on show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. How to stay focused and keep school life and a social life balanced. I feel like this is something that a lot of people struggle with. So staying focused for me, I feel like I wish I had this mindset when I first started, but I'll kind of explain really briefly because I feel like I've talked about this quite a bit. But for me right now, my focus comes from I want to graduate on time. And so I don't have room to like fail a class or drop a class or just not do well in a class because it really matters to me and my grades and my GPA and literally if I get my diploma or not. So I feel like that's kind of my focus right now. I also just have the drive to do well. I personally have always been someone that strives to do my absolute best, and I know that that's not possible all the time to do as well as you really want to, but yeah, I guess that's kind of my drive. So, and also balance school and social life. School always comes first. I know that when you first get to college, it's like, oh my gosh, but like, I can skip class. My parents don't know I'm skipping class, and I could go to this Darty instead, or I can go out at night and skip my 8 a.m. And you really need to think about what you're paying for. You're going to college to learn, to further your education, and to get a job at the end of this, and you need to focus. But obviously social life is very important too because you need to make friends and, you know, have something besides just your schoolwork. So I feel like what I usually do is try and plan out all my schoolwork, plan out when I'm gonna get it done. And if I don't have it done by this certain point Friday night, I'm not gonna go out that night. I need to finish it, and then maybe I can go out Saturday night, that kind of thing. So just, I feel like planning everything out that you need to get done is very, very helpful to me anyway, so then you can plan your social life around that. And you need to know when to say no. I get a lot of questions about studying tips, so like I said, I'll be doing a video on that. Explain a sorority to someone who has never heard of it. A sorority is a group of women, but that might be changing in the future. And these women go through a recruiting process to kind of find the correct home for them. So when you're going through recruitment, you're learning about their philanthropy, like what they support, what they raise money for, all their values and stuff like that. So you're going through meeting all of these girls and you really truly find like your home. And then when you're in the sorority, you have meetings and you raise money and you donate money to your philanthropy. Mine was Service for Sight, so we were constantly raising money and donating it to Service for Sight. What do you do the day or night before school starts to prepare yourself? If you can get your syllabus or syllabi ahead of time, I would try and do that, and you can like plan out all of your like assignments and stuff like that. The first week of college is not going to be hard. It's what they call syllabus week, because basically, especially freshman year, I feel like when you get kind of like older, I feel like syllabus week isn't really a thing. A lot of the times they start teaching on the first day because they kind of expect that you already know like the ropes of how this goes and stuff. But first week shouldn't be that difficult. Going into the class, they're going to tell you everything you need to know about the class, what to expect, if you need the book, if you don't, stuff like that. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. But yeah, just try not to stress out. I know it seems overwhelming and it's like a new thing, but it's really going to be completely fine, and you're going to love it and feel like you're already like used to it within the first like week or two. Suggestions for rush at UConn. Like I said, I was only in Greek life for my freshman year because Delta Gamma was taken off campus. But from what I experienced, and I wish I knew the backside of recruitment so I could kind of give you like some insight on that as well. But from my experience, just follow your heart and follow your gut. Truly trust the process. I know that that's so cliche and you hear it on every video ever that you watch about this. And I didn't know what they were talking about until I went through it. Don't listen to the so-called reputations that certain sorority has, or don't join a sorority just because that's the one your best friend's in or your best friend likes and she wants to rush for that one. You're still going to be friends with them no matter what sorority you guys are in. You're just going to make like 200 plus more friends. Also, I feel like something that was really helpful to me was like taking notes in my phone after I came out of each round, because it is kind of difficult, especially going in as a freshman and knowing nothing about them. It's kind of difficult to remember like what you thought about each one. So I would like come out, write the name of the sorority down, and like write the girls I talked to, what I talked about, and kind of how I was feeling in there. The first few rounds of recruitment, I remember going in and then coming back out. I had great conversations with all of the girls that I talked to, and I really liked them. But everyone was coming out and they were like, oh my gosh, I love that so much. Oh my gosh, I loved them so much. And I like wasn't getting that feeling, and I was like, what am I missing? Like, what am I doing wrong? And Delta Gamma was the third sorority that I went into and talked to, and I came out and I like immediately knew like what they were talking about all along. I was like, this is it. Like, you get a feeling when you're in the right place, and you might not know the first day, so don't freak out about that, but truly just follow your heart and your gut, and I promise you that it will lead you in the right direction. Advice for dorm living with community bathrooms and freshmen in general. Shower shoes. Bring shower shoes. A lot, well, not necessarily a lot, but the bathroom that I had, there was only one like command hook on the outside of the shower to like hang up your towel and stuff, which like, well, who thought that that was a good idea? I don't know. So I actually got like a wreath hook or like an over the door hook, and I would bring it into the shower and hang it over the curtain rod or like the shower so that I could hang my stuff inside the shower or like right outside of the shower. That was really helpful. A shower caddy to bring all your stuff in. It's not as like absolutely horrifying as you think it's gonna be. My bathrooms my freshman year were absolutely repulsive. Like the showers, there were 3 showers and they all shared a drain, and they were like divided by curtains, which is so gross. But I survived. I got through it. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It's really not that bad. You'll be fine. You never mentioned school lately in videos. Did you drop out? Why did you move out of the apartment? I feel like all my videos are about school. I feel like I vlogged constantly last year, but I did not drop out. I'm still here. I actually am still taking classes right now all through the summer. Actually, I just finished it last night, so I'm very happy about that. I moved out of my apartment simply because Sam, my best friend that I lived with, was graduating, and so she was moving out. Another girl that I lived with was moving out, and then there was only one girl left, and I think she wanted to bring in some other girls, and I was just fine with living at home, to be completely honest. I wanted to save some money because my parents were sending my two brothers, my twin brothers, to school this year as well. So there's 3 kids in college, and they're helping us with some. Obviously, we have some student loans, but like it's a lot for them. And I just wanted to try and make it as easy as possible on them. So that's why I moved back home. That's literally the only reason. And a lot of people ask about Sam. Me and Sam are still great friends. We just live super far away, so we barely see each other. Like, I haven't seen her since New Year's, and I'm so sad about it. So, but me and Sam are good. Nothing ever happened. We didn't like move out because we were mad at each other. She graduated, and I just moved back home. That was it. What to wear for Rush. This differs a lot, I feel like, depending on the school. Some schools, they'll give you a shirt the first day. UConn does not do that. Or they didn't when I went through. I don't know if anything has changed since. But it gets, I feel like from the majority of schools, what I've heard anyway, it starts casual and gets fancier. So like for the first day I wore like, I think like some like, I don't even remember. I feel like it started with like white shorts or something, got into like fancier shorts, and then I wore, like the last 2 days for me were like fancier. Like I wore a Lily Pulitzer dress, like I feel like the final day, I think. And yeah, if you're going into recruitment, most likely there will be like a meeting beforehand, which I know you don't necessarily want to wait until then. But I feel like get a few outfits that you feel like you're going to want to wear for it. So like some fancier, some more casual, but still like, you know, cute and put together. And they will tell you what you're going to have to wear for the days. You're going to be assigned an RMT, and most likely you're going to be able to text your RMT to ask them, like, is this okay, what I'm wearing? Like, what should I be wearing for this day? You'll be able to talk to them. It'll make it a lot easier on you. Thank you. I'm going to be periodically eating a bacon, egg, and cheese throughout this video now, so bear with me. Favorite planner to use. I talked about this in my bill reel. Really? My favorite planner at the moment is the parent planner. This is embarrassing, okay? No, I'm not a mom, except to my pig. Definitely go watch my What's in My Backpack video, because I literally show you guys inside this and everything, but this is what it looks like. I simply just got it because it was literally the same, if not cheaper, than all the other planners, and it has so much more stuff in it. It's just so much better, so that's it. To be honest, I want to know if there's any way to get to Freshers Party, because I'm 17, age restriction is 18. To be completely honest, I don't know if I know anything about what you're talking about. I'm guessing freshman party you're saying. We didn't like have that at UConn. UConn, it's like all like frat parties, and basically only girls can get into them. There's no age restriction. I definitely don't recommend, well, this is, I guess, really just my personal take on it. I definitely recommend just following the rules. I'm such a rule follower, so I feel like most people aren't going to say this, but like I never got a fake ID. I feel like it's just, I don't know. I know it feels like you're missing out, but I promise you that like when you're actually going to get to go, it's going to be so much more exciting. What is going on with this earring? I'm in for real pain. Tips for 9th grade or freshman year. It's been quite some time since I've been in high school, especially freshman year, but the #1 tip I can give you for high school, for all throughout high school, is do not care what anyone thinks. And I know that that is the hardest thing to do, especially coming in as a freshman. If there's one thing I could go back and change in high school, is that I wouldn't care what a single person thought. I spent so much time worrying about what everyone was thinking about me that like I didn't care about what I like wanted or like what mattered to me, you know? So I didn't join the dance team until my senior year because I was afraid of what everyone was gonna think. Like why? Like why live your life afraid of what everyone else is gonna think of you? That's so boring and so stressful. So just, that's my #1 tip. Don't care what anyone thinks. Like I said, I know it's so hard, but seriously try your best because it will make all of the difference. And for like school, actual school wise and like grade wise, focus on your schoolwork, do good in it, get good grades as much as humanly possible because they do matter. Colleges are going to look at your grades, and maybe they're gonna give you like a little bit of like leeway freshman year because it's like, you know, new to you, but your grades matter in high school. They really do, and so just do your absolute best. Is college harder than high school? Yes. I I feel like maybe not for all colleges, and I don't mean this in any offensive way at all, but I feel like some, you know, schools do expect more of you than others. UConn expects a lot from you, and so it was like a slap in the face when I got here. It was like, whoa, this is the real world, like, because I did really, really well in high school. I didn't have to do much to do really well in high school. You have to try in college. You do. You can't just get by doing nothing. You need to really try. Some classes are obviously going to be easier than others, and some universities are going to be easier than others, but it's harder. How do you stay on track with your online classes when it's so easy to let life get in the way? This is a really great question. So I took a bunch of online classes over the summer, and I took one last semester as well. What I recommend doing for your online classes is setting a time to pretend that you're actually going to the class and to do it. And I know that sometimes you're not going to want to do it, and it's fine to, like, you know, not stay on track like once or twice, but in the end you still need to really get the work done because it is a class, it is a grade you're going to be getting. What I do is figure out a time in between, like, my actual classes, say, or if you're taking online classes, set a time each week or each day that you're going to sit down and do that work, and you need to do it. Like, pretend that you're actually going to sit in the class and to get it done, because I feel like that's just the easiest way to hold yourself accountable and to kind of plan around getting your online classwork done. Tips for having energy throughout the day. I take too many naps. P.S. You're great. You are great too. I used to be the nap queen. I don't know what changed, to be completely honest. I feel like I just don't have time anymore. I am constantly tired. Try to get to bed at a reasonable hour. I know it's not easy when you're in school. I don't know. I don't want to tell you to drink lots of coffee and stuff, but I don't know. I guess I need help with this too because I don't have that much energy. Going to the gym actually really helps me get energy if that is an option for you. I usually really get like a burst of energy after I go to the gym. So if you can like go to the gym instead of taking a nap, maybe try that. But I know sometimes you're just so exhausted, that's the last thing you want to do. I get it. But I guess those are my tips. I rushed year one but didn't like the one I got and dropped. Should I rush again as a junior? I think absolutely yes if you still want to be a part of like a sorority. My best friend Sam, that you guys have probably met if you have been following me for a few years now. She rushed as a junior and did not regret it absolutely one bit. She was very glad that she did. Lots of people rush as juniors. I don't think it's weird to rush late. I don't think it's like a waste of time because you're only going to be in it for like another 2 years. I think absolutely it's worth it and you should go for it if you want to. Is there a certain style you go for when returning back to school? So definitely go and watch my comfy cute back to school look video. That definitely is like my all year kind of vibe. That kind of covers like all of the styles that I have, everything that I'm gonna wear to school from summer literally all the way to winter. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Have you ever felt really lost and unsure about where and what you're supposed to do? Absolutely. I feel like everyone kind of goes through that at one point. When I first started my freshman year, my major was Allied Health Sciences, and I kind of went into that major to explore because I thought I wanted to be an OBGYN ultrasonographer. Then I went to UConn, which was the only school I applied to that wasn't for ultrasound. And so I was like, well, maybe if I go here, I can explore everything else that's in the medical field to, you know, really ensure that that's what I want to do. And I got there and I just really hated it. I was like, I thought this is what I wanted to do. I loved science in high school. It was my absolute favorite subject. I thought that that's what I wanted to do forever. And it's okay to realize that like maybe the track that you thought you were going to be on isn't the correct one. I would take some like different classes to try and like figure out what your interests are. I had to take psychology classes for my gen eds and I ended up really, really enjoying them, and that's when I ended up switching to psych because I found that that is what I actually truly enjoyed learning about and I found it fascinating, and I feel like you really need something that fascinates you, like that keeps you wanting to learn about it, makes you want to actually learn the information versus just like memorizing it. If that doesn't help, I mean, you can always take a year off. I know it's really hard to go back, and I personally don't think that I ever could do that because I don't think I would have gone back. Well, I would have, but I would have hated it. Just do like some soul searching. Find what your like interests are. Like find what truly like sets your soul on fire. For me, like I really love psych and I could see myself doing something in it forever, but I really, really, really love fashion. And so that's why I want to try and go into fashion merchandising, because forever I felt like I couldn't have a job that wasn't like, I don't know, in the medical field, like something like prestigious type thing. And that was like my own mindset. Like, it wasn't anyone telling me that that's what I had to do or anything, but I was like, I need to have a job that makes really good money and can support me. And fashion merchandising is a gamble. You don't make a ton of money going into it. You need to build your way up to the level that you want to be at. You start at the absolute bottom. And for a while that was terrifying to me, and I was like, I can't do that. Like, it's not worth it. But if I want to love what I'm doing for the rest of my life, I needed to find something that I absolutely love and I can see myself doing forever, and that's something in fashion. Definitely look at all the interests you have and see if there's a job that you can find within that interest. Will it be hard to balance my schoolwork, family, boyfriend, and clubs that I plan to join? I feel like it is somewhat challenging, but it's definitely possible. I feel like my freshman year was the most school work-life balance that I had. I was working only 1 day a week, which was really helpful to me. But, okay, we're back. It took me about 20 minutes to realize that my camera was dead. It just shut off, and I was like, hello? I hope I finished what I was saying. I think I did. How to dress comfy but cute during classes. Just upload a whole video on that. Do you normally eat during long school days? Absolutely. That is where all my money goes to eating. I'm going to try to start bringing my food this year, because I spend so much money. Stressful. When do you typically take classes? I'm guessing this probably means like what time of day and stuff. I feel like I've never been someone that has planned out their schedule like perfectly to where they like only go to school like 1 or 2 days a week, and like, you know, I feel like maybe it's because I've been trying to figure out my major and whatever, and then after transferring and having to get all my requirements done, I like don't really have the option. So especially this semester, my schedule is like annoyingly weird. Monday, Wednesday isn't bad. I only have one class from like 10 to 10:50, but it's literally on the opposite side of campus. Just like if you go to UConn, my class is like next to the dairy bar, and I have a south garage parking pass. So that's fun. Basically, for all of you that don't know, that's over a mile walk. It's like literally like the furthest 2 points on campus that you can possibly be, basically. We love. Monday, Wednesday isn't bad. That's like the only thing. Amy's like an angel, and she's like, I'll drive you to your class. Like, it's fine. So she might be doing that. She's literally a little angel. Tuesday, Thursday, I am literally on campus from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm in pain saying that. I don't have classes obviously the whole time, but it's like 8 to like 9, 10, and then I don't have another one until like 11 to 12, and then it's like 12 to like 1 something, and then I don't have another class until like 6 p.m. So excited, as you can tell. What's your favorite thing about UConn? I'll be going this fall as I transfer. Well, welcome to UConn Nation. You're gonna love it. I think what I love most about UConn is like the school spirit of it. Maybe we're not the best at football or whatever, but like I feel like everyone has like so much school spirit, and everyone like bleeds blue, and you know, I just feel like even though it's such a big school, we feel like a family. I don't know, maybe that's stupid, but I just love it. I have always been like a very like school spirited person, even though like I hated my high school. I was very school spirited, and then I got here, and you know, everyone loves UConn, and everyone like is so proud to like represent. I think that's what I love most about it. You're gonna love it. I hope you have the best time. And if you ever have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. Advice on staying motivated and inspired after your college journey hasn't gone as planned. This is something that I've said in the past in like one of my other videos, and this is like, I guess slightly religious, so I apologize in advance if this is like offensive to anyone, and I don't mean it to be. I guess I'm just telling you from my perspective, like how I think about things, and some giant bug just flew at my window and now Billy's drinking water. Bill! I truly believe that we all have a plan for us, that God has a plan for all of us. I came across this quote that really helped me a lot when I was going through like a really tough time. And I'm not going to look it up because it's going to take me a while to find it, but it's something to the effect of, Bill, you're ruining like a really serious, like heartfelt moment. He doesn't care. Also, my lipstick is half off and I'm sorry. It said something to the effect of, you're sitting down stressing about something God already has figured out. It was like a tweet and someone quoted it on Twitter and she was like, this is what's getting me through my day. And anytime I'm having a really rough time, like, why isn't this going this way? Or why can't I do this or do that? Why isn't this working out? I always think about that quote. And even though it might not be working out when you planned it to, when it's not on the right, like, you know, time span as you wanted it to, everything's gonna work out. Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe it. And your path is taking its own course right now, but it will come to be how it's supposed to be at the end of it. And I truly believe that. What's your favorite part of going back to school? I obviously love seeing all my friends, and I also love being on a schedule because I feel like in the summer it's so easy for me to like sleep all day and then get up and get nothing done. I really like being held accountable to like get my stuff done. I only have this amount of time to do this and that, and I feel like it just makes me a better human. It makes me a little bit stressed, but it just makes me a more productive human. How many colleges did you apply to, and any advice for the application process? I'm going to be so real with you. I like really do not remember the application process at all. It was like a blur. Like, I had such a difficult time applying because I was the first in my, not the first in my family to go to college, but like the first in like my like immediate family, like my brothers, me. And my parents were like, I don't know. And I feel like my high school didn't really help with the process. I really don't know if I have tips for you, and I'm really sorry. But I think I applied to, I want to say 5 schools. 5 or 6. I got into all of them, but UConn has been my dream school forever, and so I ended up going to UConn. There was another school that I really wanted to go to, and I'm so glad now, looking back and knowing what I know now about it, that I didn't go there because I really thought I wanted to go there, and it wouldn't have been the right fit for me. That's kind of how it went. Good luck with the application process. I wish I could help more. I'm sure that there are other videos out there that are helpful. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing because I feel like I made it so difficult. How nervous were you when you first started college? I just graduated and started school in 3 weeks. I was so nervous, but I was so excited at the same time. I didn't love high school, and so this was like a fresh start for me that like I wanted so badly. Like I said, I was nervous just because it is such like a new thing. Like, it's really truly foreign. But like, I had the most amazing time, and like I feel like you get used to it so fast and you start loving it so fast that like the nerves go away so quick. What is it like being part of a sorority? And is college more flexible than high school? I feel like I kind of already talked about what being in a sorority is like. Is college more flexible than high school? I believe it is and it isn't in certain ways. You could have classes all day in college, like all spread out throughout the day, which like, you know, makes it like slightly less flexible. Like in high school, you're there like that set time and that's it. But I also think that there's more things that you can do in college. You're kind of on your own to do whatever you want. You can plan your classes for whenever you want, and you can do, you know, I feel like there is like a sort of more like, I guess, freedom in college versus flexibility. I don't know. I guess it's like slightly more flexible. I guess, yeah. But like, I don't know. I don't know. How many hours a week do you work while in school? At my actual job, I work 1 day a week, which is really nice to be able to like set that schedule. And I'll pick up shifts if I like want to and I'm like free for them. But I work from 7 a.m. I'm supposed to leave at like 4:30. I usually am there till like 7 p.m. So like anywhere between, I feel like, a 9 to like 12 hour work day, but it's always on Sundays, so it's very convenient because I can plan around it. But I also am constantly working with YouTube and stuff, and even though that might not seem like a job, like it is, and it does take a lot. It takes hours filming, it takes hours and hours editing, taking photos, going out to places to do little photo shoots, editing the photos, putting together things like that. you know, it does take a lot of my time, so I try and build my schedule so I do have dedicated days to like do my YouTube stuff, like Monday, Wednesdays, and I don't have classes Fridays this year. Those are like my dedicated like YouTube, Instagram work days. So it depends. I don't usually set like a time limit for that. I just say like, I need to get 2 videos up this week. I need to film for however long that's gonna take, and I need to get them edited. And so it definitely varies over the weeks, and if I need to go get pictures, that adds time on and whatever. That's kind of how I do it. I don't usually set like a limit for that, but I feel like I am like kind of constantly working, but it's like a work that I enjoy, so it's like better, you know. I'm going to UConn this fall. What are my options for sorority as a freshman? You're gonna love it. So I'm gonna look up all of the sororities just so I don't forget one. I think I could do it without looking, but I'm just gonna look them up just to make sure. So these are all of the Panhellenic sororities on campus, and you can look up UConn Panhellenic Council, and you can find all of the list as well. So there's Alpha Chi Omega, Alpha Epsilon Phi, Alpha Omicron Pi, Alpha Phi, Delta Zeta, Gamma Phi Beta, Kappa Alpha Theta, Phi Sigma Rho, and Pi Beta Phi. Phi Sigma Rho is an engineering sorority. Those are all of the, like I said, Panhellenic sororities. There are also like some like business fraternities and like stuff like that, but those are all of Panhellenic. Like I said earlier in this video, definitely go into it with an open mind. Just follow your heart and you will find the right home for you, and I wish you the best of luck. Are sororities full of partying? I'm pre-med and thinking about joining a sorority, but I don't know. Absolutely not in my situation anyway. I think things can be different in different parts of the US, and obviously I don't know how it is anywhere else except UConn. I was never forced to like go to any sort of like social event, if you know what I mean. So like you have mandatory meetings, like you have chapter once a week, or maybe it's different wherever you go, but we had chapter once a week. That was mandatory. Literally, besides that, like sororities aren't allowed to have parties. It's all like fraternities. So like if you want to go to a frat party, you can, but like it's not mandatory by any means. And like they'll have socials with sororities and fraternities, but again, it wasn't mandatory for us. I didn't go to them strictly because like I was dating Evan, and I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to go and like just, I don't know, like meet guys and talk to them. I wouldn't have been happy if he did it, so I didn't want to do it. But nothing for me anyway was mandatory. You can do what you want. You can make it fit with your schedule. Like I said, there are a few mandatory meetings like once a week and potentially some other things, but they're going to tell you about those ahead of time, and you'll be fine. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video. This video is so long, and I'm so sorry, but I hope I answered all of your questions. Billy, why are you drinking water so loud? Why is it so loud? So, if this was helpful to you, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and comment down below any other questions you have that I didn't answer, and I'll try and get back to you personally down in the comments. If you guys are not following me already on all of my social media, be sure to do so. I have it all on the screen here and always down in the description box. And that is it until we start school back up. I wish you all the best of luck if you're starting a new year in high school, if you're starting high school, if you're starting college, finishing college, I don't know. I wish you all the best of luck. We're gonna get through this together. I would love to hear what you guys want to see from me during the year. I really want to try and like make some different videos and literally just whatever you guys want to see. So definitely comment them down below. I also will probably be reaching out to you on my Instagram at some point to ask as well, so I have them kind of all in like one spot. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I love you guys endlessly, and until the next video, stay blessed and don't forget to live lovely. Bye!